All right, so for number 7, we're talking about a sea turtle population, which is modeled by the equation P equals 400 times 5/4 to the y. The first thing I did was copy down the question in my notebook. It says y is the number of years, so I'm going to quickly annotate that. And P is the population. So how many turtles are in the population when it was first measured? Well, I know that it's going to be 400 because that is my A value when I think about A times B to the X. The other thing I'm starting to realize is that this is for sure an exponential function because it has that years, the variable is an exponent. B asks, is the population increasing or decreasing? So there are a few ways that we can make sure that we know. The first thing is when I think about this idea that this common factor is the amount I get to keep, I really want to start to visualize that. If I'm keeping 5/4 of the turtles, well, let's quickly think about what does a fourth look like. So it's a whole divided into fourths. If I have 5/4, that means I have all 4 of these boxes plus actually 1 extra. So I have more than 100% of the turtles. 100% of the turtles plus an extra quarter of them. So this makes me think that since I have more than 100%, more than 1 whole, since B is greater than 1, I'm starting to think that maybe this is growth. I can test this, though, by actually taking 1 and substituting it in for Y, or by multiplying by 5/4 every year. When I take 400 and I multiply it by 5/4, I end up with 500. If I take that and multiply it by 5/4, I ended up with, I think it's 640. Let me double check on my calculator. So 500 times 5/4, 625. So I can start to see that this is definitely a growth function. I know it from my equation because 5/4 is more than 100%. Let's check in with where we are with the other questions. When will the turtle population reach 700? Well, I think I can do that by really just continuing to grow my table out and see when it is going to reach more than 700. The 400 in the story represents how many turtles there were to begin with, and the 5/4 indicates that I'm keeping 100% of my turtles and growing by 1/4 more every year because that is my extra above 100%. Again, this is a growth function because I'm keeping more than 100% of my population. For number 8, it says a piece of paper is folded into thirds multiple times. The area is given by A equals 90 times 1/3 to the n power. Is this equation linear or exponential? Does it show growth or decay? What does the 1/3 mean? What does the 90 mean? Go ahead and answer these questions on the side and then continue finishing out your problem set.